All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I don't even know what Saturdays and Sundays mean anymore. So we've been so busy. Let's see. Since the last video, some exciting things have happened. You remember we had the little Razor 800 that Julie got. It was just a little runabout. When we go out and practice and pre-run and stuff, she was fiddle farting around in it and having some fun. But it wasn't really our style. She's always been looking for something that we can make into a shop rig or something that she might even want to race later. And you know, we like classic looking hot rods and stuff. So she's always kind of surfing around on the interweb and seeing what she can find. And she came across a 1970 VW Beetle, and it's pretty Baja'd out already. So we traded the Razor for it, and yeah, outstanding find. You'll see in this video her tearing into it. She did a really good job yesterday of stripping it down and starting the sanding on it, and you know, doing what we need to do to get it up to current standards. It's very nostalgic. It's got some older long travel components and modifications done to it, and it's fully caged out, which we were pretty happy. So there's a lot already there. It's going to take very minimal components to bring it up to current standards if she wants to race it. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and she's pretty excited. So we'll get that. You'll see that video today. She started tearing into that. Oh, and what's really cool about it is it might have a little bit of history with it. I'm going to try to research it, but when we were sanding it and stripping stuff down, we came across a couple stickers in there that may show proof that it raced way back in the day in the Nevada 400 in 1994. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. Her plan is to get it all sanded down, and then we're going to use the Raptor bed liner system, and we're going to bed liner the entire Beetle black, and then she wants to put the Parabellum stickers on it in her own flair. So it'll be a nice addition to the team, and you know, she's pretty gung-ho to start racing it, so maybe we'll get her in some short course stuff or something. So yeah, that's that. But most importantly today, I'm going to get the truck prepped and everything to get on the trailer, because we're headed back to Oregon for Dewalt Days with Edge Construction Supply. We're going to leave early Wednesday morning, and we'll be gone the rest of the week. And then when we get back, it'll be final race prep for Yarrington. That's towards the end of the month. So we got a busy month, very busy week. Plus I've got customer jobs and stuff that I'm trying to get product and stuff done for. So yeah, but right now I'm way overdue on giving thanks and shout outs to a couple of incredible people and wonderful companies that have been supporting us since the very beginning. Angel Perez of LP Engineering. You guys have heard me talk a lot about him. We run their helmet blower systems. I met Angel Perez via, well, he was a subscriber to our web channel, and he saw us over a year ago building the race truck, and he reached out, and I found him on Instagram and stuff, and we just kind of connected way back in the day. And ever since then, he's been our supplier of our helmet systems, and I couldn't be happier. I've ran Parker pumpers and all of them, and I'm sticking with LP Engineering's helmet systems from now on, just because their customer service, they're a small family-owned company right here in the good old US of A, and he's starting it right out of his home shop, and he's just doing an amazing job, and I think he's really putting his stamp in the industry. His products are super good quality, very simple, and yeah, just very well engineered. So his very first system he gave me was his very basic model. It was just a helmet blower, but it worked awesome for 2 helmets. And then he sent us his second one, and it has a digital readout on it. It's the one I'm currently using. And here a couple of weeks ago, I think he saw me in a video, or I caught up with him on Instagram or whatever it was. I don't remember exactly how we got to where we are, but I think he saw me trying to reach back and turn up the volume on our helmet blowers, and he said, hey, why don't you have the remote to that? And I'm like, I don't know. Well, I didn't know it, but he's got an even newer model, and he shipped that out to us. And this model is, let me get some specs on it here. His model is the MX2. It's the LP BLR MX2. So LP Engineering Blower MX2. Very low noise, it's splash resistance, it's all a very high performance plastic. I think he uses a really good quality 3D print for it. His filters all have a pre-screen filter, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then the main filter is a Pro Air foam filter, it's washable. This unit is only 1 pound. All of his units are really lightweight and very compact. They don't take up much room at all. You guys have seen my cab. It's very small with Brett and I in there, and we never bang our elbows on this thing. So compared to like a Parker pumper that are kind of big and bulky, ugly, these things are really cool. All the tubes inside are aluminum tubes, so when you're pushing your hoses onto them and everything, you don't have to worry about them breaking or anything like that. They're very durable. And then this one's got the remote variable speed controller with digital indicator, and I'll show you that in a second. And these things draw very little power, 3.3 amps at 12 volts or 3.5 amps at 13.5 volts. So yeah, pretty cool. Dual helmet system. He makes single helmet systems too, and I think he's come out with a 4 helmet system. So you razor guys that have those 4-seaters, look into them. So let's pull this thing out. It's been sitting in my office. I've been so busy I haven't even pulled it out, and I feel bad because he gave it to me a few weeks ago, and I just haven't had a chance. But I will have it in before Yarrington. So the big difference between this unit and the one we currently are running is the depth of it. See how narrow it is? And the reason the one in the truck is wider than this one is because this digital readout and on-off controller, variable speed controller, it's actually integrated into the unit like this. So it's a lot boxier. You probably have seen it in the videos. So when he saw me trying to reach back and adjust it with all my helmet and stuff on, he was just like, no, you need the new one. So he sent us this, and obviously I can take this and I'm gonna mount it on Brett's side or in between us somewhere, wherever I can find room, and we can adjust it manually. It's got the on-off, nice, clearly readable digital readout, and then variable speed, so you can turn this thing up. And I tell you what, when this thing's turned up full blast, it does a really good job of positive pressuring your air with nice cool air in your helmet. And then it comes with your cables. 1 year limited warranty. Their customer service is awesome, and they're just awesome people. So check them out. LP Engineering, www.lpesystems.com. Angel Perez. Check out his website. Give him a call. Tell him Jason from Parabellum sent you, and you won't be disappointed. They're just a great company and awesome products. So yeah, I gotta just give him a big thank you for always being there and supporting us. So the next shout out I gotta give is to Walter Abrasives. They've been supporting us kind of behind the scenes through Edge Construction Supply for a while. He provided us with a bunch of abrasive grinding wheels and cut-off wheels and welding splatter stuff, and just a whole goodie bag of stuff that I really want to go over. So we're gonna go out to the shop and I'll do that. Okay, I'm in the shop. I got the coolers going and stuff because it's pretty hot. We're in the middle of a heat wave for about the last week, and most of this week we're gonna be in triple digits, like 110 and stuff. So it's pretty warm out here. So hopefully you can hear me. I'll try to speak up. But I really wanted to give a huge thank you and another shout out to Walter Abrasives. Like I said, they've been kind of supporting us through Edge Construction Supply, and I finally got to meet with a representative at the Edge show that we were at last month, and he hooked us up with a bunch of good products. But before I get into what he gave us, Walter Abrasives is really an icon in the surfacing industry. They've been around forever, since like the 1950s. They made their mark with like heavy machinery and like shapers and anything that had to do with machine surfaces. And they've been able to survive all these years because they're just really revolutionary in their products, and their products are really good, and they're made in the USA. They're a family originated family company, and their stuff's just awesome. And they've hooked us up with a bunch of really cool stuff. And I'm excited to meet with him and talk to him more at Dewalt Days. He's going to be there, so we're going to meet up again and talk more about the team and how we can get them on board. I'm really excited. Great company, great people, and really good product. So he gave us all this stuff right here. And the first thing I noticed is their grinding wheels and stuff. When I first unwrapped them, and this might be old news to some people, but to me, I hadn't seen it before. When I first cracked open the packaging for their grinding wheels for my hand grinder, I noticed that their backing is plastic. And at first I just thought, you know, probably cheaper to make, you know, keep the cost low and easier to make. But once I put this on my grinder and then touched it to metal, I immediately realized the benefit of it, because the vibration passed through the machine into your hands was dramatically reduced. Like, I could tell right away. And then I had that duh moment that this plastic and these grinding wheels really absorbs a lot of the vibration. And they've also got these ventilation fins that kind of throw the debris and sparks away from you as to at you. A lot of times that happens. And so that was a really big plus right away that I noticed. That was, wow, this is pretty awesome. And then not to mention that the quality of their cutters and everything is just awesome. They last forever, and they really cut the metal away a lot. And then this other product, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a sander, a cutter, plus the Brillo. So it's like an all-around prep pad. It cuts the metal and then polishes at the same time. So for welding, especially TIG welding, these things saved me a ton of work already. Really good stuff. And like I said, the abrasives just last forever. I used this one on, I don't even know how many pieces of metal, and it's hardly even cut down. Still tons of cutter available on it. This one I used for hours and hours on pretty heavy 3/16 sheet steel, grinding off leftover dross from the plasma table, which is really hard stuff. And this thing took it right down. And then their cutoff wheels, you know, usually you go through these like crazy. The more you cut, they just shrink away, and you're throwing them away, and you know, making one decent cut on a product and you're burning through like 10 of these. This thing lost maybe a 1/16 of an inch, and I cut, I don't even know, probably a good 20 feet worth of cutting with this through the 3/16 metal. So just really long lasting, really good cutting wheel. He hooked us up with all kinds of cutting wheels and sanding pads, and then this E-Weld 4. It's anti-spatter, and what's really cool is you can spray this on your welding surface and the surfaces around it. When you're MIG welding, you get that splatter beads that sometimes weld themselves to the surface. You don't want that on. It's really good at that, and a lot of products out there do that, but this doesn't create any porosity in your weld. So it maintains the quality of your weld without contaminating it. So I was really impressed with all this stuff. So yeah, huge thank you to Walter Abrasives and those guys. I'm really excited to hopefully have them on board more in depth with the team, and you know, get their name out there and everything. Oh, and plus he hooked me up with this really cool hat, which fits my head really well. So, all right, thanks to Walter, and yeah, check them out. I think their actual website is Walter Surfaces Technology. Yeah, Walter Surface Technologies. So check them out. They're easy to find. They've been around forever. Really good company. So yeah, thanks to those guys.